Like, oh shit, let's talk about Joe.
There's something about Joe.
Why don't you explain this to me like I'm five?
We're broken up. It is what it is. Do you think Schwartz is my other half? Yes, I do. But I think it's gonna take some time.
Yeah, you have said that for a long time.
Yeah, I have. And I think that him and I are just kinda like
Well, it's like in due time.
in due time.
So, Joe, do we like her? Do we hate her? Do we not feel anything about her?
Hate is a strong word, but I definitely hate her.
I don't I don't care about her, but she is so cringy that it just annoys me. I hate watching her, but I don't hate her. It
It's
just
okay, yeah, there you go. Okay, perfectly said. It's unbearable to watch her. She's unwatchable. And you know what? That's fine. Some people are. Maybe some people think I'm unwatchable, but I genuinely like Joe is
cannot.
painful. It's beyond like, okay, I'm not interested in this. It's like painful against my wishes. Like I want her. I was rooting for
Yeah.
her to be another cool female character. Like it, and then also the lore of her, the fact that she has been Kristen Dowdy's one of her closest for I think they even said maybe best friend for many years. Many years
Her
of her.
Gal Friday or Gal Tuesday or whatever, however, like whatever Kristen said. But it's pena ajena, which is just not common.
And
Like
embarrassment.
I
Yeah.
don't know if there's a word in.
I think
It's
the
like it's pena
closest would
ajena.
be second-hand embarrassment, but it doesn't like quite grasp it.
Yeah, it doesn't crunch as well. But yeah, that's just it. I'm like, I just can't watch the train wreck.
Well, I know, but well, that's what I was getting at. It's like we she has all the potential, like it's interesting. She's like has a history with the group, but like and
Yeah,
then it
that's
got
true.
weird and like all of this stuff. Like I would even if I like didn't like her, but would love to watch her the way I do with like so many housewives. Like she could have been that for me. She could have been like, I don't like her because she this backstab that whatever, but I want to watch her. No, I don't want to watch her. And that's how unbearable she is, where it's like she had all
Um,
the parts were in her favor. And she with those like expressions like over the top that where you can it's like inauthentic and like
the sound effects.
what are you
it's
trying to do?
it's really difficult to yeah, it's difficult to understand. And she here's what I think based on like yeah, when I watch her, I'm like, no, there she's so awkward, right? But then based on as I watched the season, and then Ariana made a great point, it's like she's a bully. She's not this girl that you should feel sorry for. And then I'm like, you know what? Maybe that's the issue, is that she's so fake. And that's why she's coming off so painfully cringe.
Yeah.
Because maybe if she wasn't fake and she was just her authentic self and she was still quirky, because I don't think this is quirky, I think it's just awkward. But maybe if she was authentic and that like terribly awkward, then it would be like a lot less painful. Because you compare her to someone like Anne, who does seem to be very
Oh yeah, Anna.
quirky and awkward, but she lands a lot better than Joe.
She's so likable. Anna is
Yeah,
so I
because
want more.
maybe it's that authenticity.
Yeah. Yeah. You know my favorite meme about this situation, Joe. Uh my favorite meme, and I wish I could credit them. I don't remember who it was, but it was something like, or maybe it was a tweet, but it was like, Joe is exactly who, and this was like written by a millennial, and I'm a millennial. We're both millennial, but this is
Hey,
like,
you speak for yourself, man.
but this is the issue. They said Joe is what us as millennials, when we hear Gen Zers like talk about us and make fun about us,
Send it to me.
we're like millennials are like, who the F are you talking about? Those are millennials. Those don't exist. Joe is that millennial that Gen Zers are
No,
talking about.
she's Steve Buscemi, where he's like, what's happening, young crowd or whatever.
Yes.
That's how they're seeing us through Joe. Joe is giving us a bad name, us millennials a bad name.
And as much as I am like piling on Joe and I don't care, I will say I do, and I know that we differ in this opinion, but I'll give her her roses where she deserves them. I think she's beautiful, number one. Number two, I think Sheena was bullying her. If someone did the
Oh
hat
yeah,
to me, I would
yeah.
jump straight in their stupid face.
Well, to clarify, I don't disagree that she's not beautiful. Like that's not the part where I disagree.
No, no, you don't
I don't
disagree.
think she's I don't think she's like a bombshell, but she is very she has a lot of pretty attractive qualities. You know, so she is she is like an attractive woman in that sense. And I love her skin. I love her skin. And I disagree with Sheena in that like somehow she's a bad hairdresser because she wears a ball cap.
I love her hats.
I haven't even focused on her hats, to be honest. I just thought she was wearing the same one
I
every episode.
love the
Now,
look.
now that you bring it
Love
up.
I love the look. I was just telling someone I want to start wearing more of those, but it doesn't look as good on me. But it's like the truck driver hat or trucker hats. Trucker hats. I'm so stupid. It's trucker hats. I love those. The fit of them, the net, like I love them.
Yeah, I think it's something that like yeah, I can see how that's bullying, like keeping her hat away. I think that was Sheena's way of like not being awkward and trying to be like, oh, like I'm your friend.
She's
But
literally
she's
like,
not a good friend, so she can't like, you know, be playful, and that's Sheena's idea of banter. That's how I took it. And I'm like, girl, you're taking it too far. Like she's clearly not into
I
it.
saw, I
I do
saw
think it's like I took it too far and not necessarily, but I do think, and maybe no one caught on or production cut it off, or I'm just going too far fetched. But I think her, Joe, and Schwartz have like an inside joke about the hats. I think that's their thing because she wants to wear them so badly. And then
who has that? Her shorts.
Joe and Schwartz.
Oh, them too. Yeah.
I think that's their inside thing because of just how much she wears them around him and how they talk about the hats. And then in the very last episode, episode 11, she's trying to make jokes with him about his hat, and she's trying to take it off him the way Sheena tried to take her off her. So I want to like maybe it's like an inside thing with them, the hats, and that's why she's so adamant on wearing them and wearing so
Oh,
many.
that.
And she's just
Yeah.
desperate. It's giving me like desperate. I want to like make sure to see that I'm his soulmate type of vibes. Those hats. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm like reaching, but
No, I mean, I will say this. I do disagree with you on your other points about Sheena not being just being like thinking it's banter. I don't know why you're such a Sheena apologist, but I like saw vintage Sheena, the core of who she actually is. I saw Sheena circa the hills, like that appearance. She had like she was in like one or two episodes of the hills, but she was like the club rat mean girl in the hills. Like that was like Lauren's enemy and was like because but she was in the wrong. She was like being she was like getting she was like trying to get with people's boyfriends and being mean
oh
about
yeah.
it. And then being mean about it. Like she would go and like mean mark and then not just mean mark, like go up and confront them. Like, what are you what leg do you anyway? But that's just like she not like mean girl bully. And I saw that in her back, like when she's just like taking the hats. Like no, she doesn't know what's going on. She just because she's a hairdresser. What if she doesn't thank
She
God?
had lights.
What if she had alopecia?
Ah, that's like bullying.
What?
Yeah, okay. Okay,
That's
I can see that. I can
horrible.
see that. Yeah, okay.
Dude, that's horrible. You don't know
I
what's
thought about
going
that.
on. You don't know, or what if
But
she was
to be
experimenting
fair,
and
they
she got
had
a
seen her
what if
recently
she
without the
no,
hat.
but you don't know what if she's experimenting and she got a chemical burn or she got a flare up of alopecia or she like yeah, what if she got lice? I don't know.
You,
Because her
I
coworker, maybe a
yes.
customer had lice and she combed her hair real quick.
She put on his hat. I just the way she carries herself seems duplicitous. So I'm like, what are you doing that is making them act that way? Because to me, it's kind of borderline. First, I don't, you're right, I don't agree. But the way she's carrying on, especially in that episode with the ball cap, where she's like sitting down like this in a group. She's in a group and she's doing this, and then she flies off crying, and it's like they're talking about me, I guess, and I'm like, hey, like the camera's panned out, and there's no way you're hearing their conversation at all. And it's just giving like this like mousy, I'm just a shy girl and I don't understand why they're bullying me. So that alone, and I'm like, are they really bullying it? Like that makes me question, is it bullying? And then again, what Ariana said, she's like, she's not the victim here, type of thing. And it made me think, and I'm like, hold it. She's Kristen Doute's best friend, ex-best friend for how many years? There is no way Kristen would be best friends with a mousy little girl like her. Kristen is famously just friends with a ton of mean girls. There's just no way. I know that she's a mean girl. Like to me, she's a mean girl, and she's trying to come off as this quirky, manic pixie dream girl that's being just bullied so unfairly, and that must make the women on the show so upset that she's coming off so fake and hypocritical, especially because like she was with Ariana on Thanksgiving while Sandoval was. That alone is like they're not being mean enough to Joe. Joe is getting off easy, to be honest. It's
You won me
insane.
over. You won me over with that. That with
Yeah,
both points because just thinking back of her being like 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 girl, you are okay. You can socialize. It's okay. You're old, too old, not old. She's not old. Too old for that though. And it's like, and then the whole her knowing about the affair, hanging out with them, being willing to hang out with them because she's so desperate to just hang out with Tom and she could be that for him and then turn around and be like friends with Ariana and like come into her home during Thanksgiving. It's like disgusting. You're right.
do
If I was Ariana's hold on, if I was Ariana's friend, you are right. But I don't give Sheena the credit to be like she's being mean because she's defending Ariana. She's being mean because she wants to be
okay.
because she's jealous. She wanted to be with
She
Schwartz.
she was maybe, and we can definitely talk about that. But I guess you answered my question in like, well, not. I have a follow-up question, but just consider that Raquel got like a punch to the face, and Joe got off easy with it, just her hat being janked off temporarily.
Yeah, but she didn't
It
sleep
could
with.
have been a lot worse for Joe.
Yeah, but Joe didn't do as bad.
No, but that's how Sheena's gonna react, you know. But we're talking about Joe. And my question that I guess you already answered is, do you buy that Joe didn't know about the affair even though she was on the double dates?
No,
Camping
yeah, she was
dates.
on double dates with Schwartz, who has been confirmed by like so many people that he knew the whole time.
They were both living in the apartment, Joe and Schwartz living in the apartment that Sandoval was using to hook up with Raquel. But she didn't know because she was too focused on Schwartz. she was too in love with shorts. That's literally what she said.
What? Really?
So we don't buy it. Yeah, yeah. When she sits down with Lala, she's like, honestly, I was just too focused on Schwartz. Like, how could I not be? Like,
What?
Schwartz is
I
too focused on Sandoval and Raquel. Like, I mean, you could have seen it just through Schwartz.
Wow.
So,
No, I
so
don't.
yeah, I don't think she's being bullied. I don't think the ladies are being mean enough, and I just don't like her. I actually started from like I don't feel anything about her to like I hate her. Like
Right?
I talked myself into hating her. But then we also have to think about how Schwartz is treating her too. Do we give her any allowances?
No. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why I think so much about this, but I was just thinking about this specifically. And
Yeah.
oh my God, I like was figure out my answer to this, even though I
No.
didn't think we were going to talk about this. But like what I think is I strongly dislike Joe, as we have explained and like I have proven in this conversation. I strongly dislike Joe. But the way that Schwartz, two things can be true, but the
Okay.
way that Schwartz is treating her and the like horrible human that he is, selfish, inconsiderate, self-involved, on a warpath, horrible, terrible person to her. And that's what he has done. That's who he is. He's a user. He like, oh, they said that on the show, but he like takes and takes and takes and takes. And he like has no even remote thought that he will ever give back. Like there's no consideration. That is who he is, who he has shown to be, at least towards women, but I think towards everyone. Um, and I dislike him exponentially more than Joe. But it's not a they deserve each other situation, because Schwartz doesn't deserve the love, companionship, and affection of anyone, any human.
Yeah.
As a woman who is actually, I do think, as much as I dislike Joe, is like attentive and love,
Obsessed with him.
right? And they don't deserve each other, because he deserves to be alone. And what he did was worse.
But you don't. It doesn't. But it makes you feel a little bit bad for Joe, at least.
A lot bad. I can empathize with people that I dislike.
I want to feel bad for Joe because Schwartz is treating her so badly, but she was a very close friend with Ariana, Katie, Kristen throughout Katie's entire relationship. So she knows who Schwartz is.
Yeah.
First of all, like she's there. She's there, first row audience, right? But then she also says things, the way she talks about Katie makes me have zero empathy for the way Schwartz is treating her. Specifically, she's talking about like, oh my God, Katie is giving jealousy vibes. Katie is giving jealous ex vibes. And literally, like 20 minutes later, Schwartz is telling Joe that he's going to be going on dates with other people. And I'm like, you do not realize, and this is your fault, you're about to be the jealous ex. Like, girl, you're about to become the jealous ex. Stop putting Katie in your mouth.
Well, that's not even the worst thing she's done against Katie. I don't know if you saw it on TikTok or Twitter, or not TikTok, Twitter, like Instagram. She like posted recently the Billboard Awards happened, and or some awards, and Katie and Dana went together, and so did Rachel separately.
Oh yeah.
And that Joe posted some loser made it a worse dress. Like there's so many publications that can do whatever they want. It's like whoever made a stupid publication about like how Katie was in the worst dress list, and it's like, and then I think a separate publication or maybe the same one put Rachel in the best dress list, and Joe published that side to side and was like making fun of Katie.
Mhm.
And then Rachel came out. I don't know if Rachel like reposted or just like laughed or something. Rachel came out in her podcast, which I will refuse to listen to, but and was like, I want to apologize because I was the one that told Joe to send that to Joe and told her to do that. Dude, what? And she's saying,
Yeah.
and Joe is saying that she didn't know about the affair, but they're still like besties, her and Rachel, like sending each other hate about Katie.
Yeah, when you're still like playing into it, and wouldn't you be so upset if this person, if Rachel had made you seem the fool, if you really didn't know? But yeah, I agree, like it's just catty to be like, oh, worst dress, let me share this. I mean,
It's also sad
she's
for you because you're thinking about Katie like that much. She
oh,
doesn't
like
think
she's
about
your enemy, and Schwartz doesn't even want you around anymore.
Yeah.
Schwartz is done with you, and you're still competing with
And
Katie.
Katie threw him away. You think Katie thinks twice about you, and you're like obsessed. Like, put it, you weren't even invited to the awards, and you're like posting this about like you're
I'm
obsessed.
excited. I'm excited that she is invited to the reunion, though. Because I want people to rip her a new one, I guess.
I think they're gonna be sympathetic.
Yeah, but I do like Katie's take on Joe. When she tweeted something about her being like a crackhead. Not a crackhead. She doesn't say she's a crackhead. She said she has like crackhead energy.
Or vibes.
And then Joe, to be like this victim, she says, oh my God, and my mom called me and said, are you doing crack? I'm like, that is so telling that your mom thinks you're doing crack. Because if that happened to me, my mom would be like, hey, someone's calling you a crackhead. Not, and in no way assume that I'm actually doing crack.
She'd be like, this is crazy. Someone
Like,
is calling you a crackhead.
Her mom 100% thought she was doing crack. It's like, this is why you're like this.
She's like,
I laughed so hard when she said that. Automatically, I'm like, why does your mom think you're doing crack? Oh my God. I think it's hilarious. Also, like, I mean, on top of that, and it just makes me hate her more. In that same vein of conversation, she's like, they're making people with ADD look bad. And I'm like, people with ADD don't act like you. Your ADD is not
responsible for this.
You're horrible. Yes. Your ADD didn't make you be complicit in that affair, and he didn't make you be messy with this guy that doesn't even like you, and it didn't make you this hateful spawn. Like, don't lump ADD into your crackhead energy vibes. It's just insane, but yeah, so I guess we don't like her.
Yeah.
But now I do kind of like watching her. It's painful. It started as painful, but now I'm like, oh, that's why I'm like, oh, now I kind of want to see in the reunion how messy she can get, because I bet she can get messy.
She won't. She's not going to.
She's already there.
But in the interviews, she's not like and she still wants to come.
She's not a bad interviewer.
And now that she's not with Tom, apparently, I think Tom is with someone and she's with someone. So now more than ever, she's gonna, because her emotions are that much in it, she's gonna want to portray good vibes.
Do you think maybe, I mean, yeah, she's gonna want to portray good vibes, but she's not going to be able to portray those good vibes unless her crackhead vibe was fake. So are we gonna see more authentic self and this crazy
No,
girl was
I
just
think
for the
she still
show?
can. No, I think she's still gonna be awkward, like crazy, and try to be like, I just want the best for everyone. Like for sure. This is my prediction.
I mean, that makes it interesting to watch to me because now that I like want to see if it's fake, I want to see how messy she can get.
Just because Andy's there and he would be like, why are you acting like this or something like
I want someone to say, "Why are you acting like this?"
that.
More people need to say that.
It makes me feel safer than Andy's there, is what I'm saying. Because he will be like, what is happening? He won't just be like,
I
like
mean, speaking about
if someone's acting weird, he's straight up gonna be like, you're acting weird. Which makes me like, okay, there's one mediator like saying Andy.
the voice of reason.
Yeah.
So did you see Andy say that Lala is the voice of reason for this season?
Well,
How are you still liking Andy
I
after
take
that?
it back. I take it back about Andy.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, I know I'm sure he does like Lala being the voice of reason because she's the voice of like, let's keep this Sandoval train going, you know. But
There's something about Joe.
here's something about Joe. It's that we don't like her.
Boom, roasted.
Like,
subscribe.
You're perfect for Tom. Yeah, probably. Do you think Schwartz led you on? Yes, 100%. No, I don't think I'm ever going to get back together, and maybe in the future, but I'm not really sure.
Boom, roasted.